should have put them on top of the beers. I put two on top so it could be nice and cold.
Love it. Good looking out.
Yo, what's going on? This is another episode of Trigger Recipe Podcast, and once again, I had to give my girl in. Oso Fresa,
Yes, sir.
Rant Box, is back at it again. I mean, I can't kick her out. I don't know. She keeps on coming back. I'm changing the locks. She's coming through the windows. It's all love. I'm about to just give her a key.
Might as well.
Might as well. Ya te quedas aquí and shit, ya mero. But shout out to all my viewers, listeners, downloaders, YouTubers. I appreciate the love that you guys showing us, and all the people that's been tuning in, all the new people that's been tuning in. My name is Hector, and I have my future podcast partner. How do you want to pronounce yourself for the people that?
So, as those that may know me, and
Personally.
those who are going to get to know me, I guess we'll just go with Fresa for now.
My little fresita, and she
La
sabe.
fresita bonita.
Fresita bonita.
You already
Aquí la
know.
tengo enfrente de
La
mí.
mexicana, la güerita.
She's a little sweet, you know what I mean? But if you get to know her.
I'm a little sour too.
Yeah, a little something and stuff. Yes, obviously. She's a little heartbreaker, but yeah, we're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But, I really want to appreciate all the new listeners and all the new followers that's been coming at us recently. And shout out to all the supporters from Oso Fresa. Am I saying that right?
You're saying it. Oso Fresa.
Okay.
Oso Fresa.
Shout out to all my Oso Fresa followers that came over to the Trigger Recipe Podcast and show us some love. We got some lit content today, some great conversation. I hope you guys tune in for the next hour plus. I just want to give a quick shout out to all my sponsors. For sure, always Golden Palms Mobile Detailing. You could look him out on Instagram, Golden Palm _ Mobile Detailing. He is here in the San Diego area, but he would go to Riverside, LA, and anywhere else where you need him. Anything further as far as LA, Oceanside, and all that stuff, there will be a deposit of a certain amount of quantity. You will have to DM him, and you will have that conversation with him. He is certified to do ceramic coating, paint corrections, clay bar, basic washes, steam clean, interior, exteriors. All vehicles, depending on the vehicles, there's different prices, and for sure we provide the best customer service. I've used this service before and have not been disappointed. And once again, Golden Palm _ Mobile Detailing on Instagram, and please just give them a shout out. Tell them the Trigger Recipe Podcast sent you. Our second sponsor is FNX Recharge pre-workout that I'm actually pre-using right now. The gyms are opening back up, so I use my pre-workout. I kind of use it twice a day for the morning to wake up because I don't really do coffee. I need a little bit something to put a little light to my back. And the Recharge, I'm on the cherry limeade. It gives me this single bottle that I have in front of me. It has 30 servings. And for sure, it gives me everything I need. I'm not a sugar guy, so it has 0 sugars, so it's perfect for what I need. And one single scoop, 16 ounces of water, and I'm ready to go. Love the taste and the consistency that the product has given me. For sure, gives me the strength, cardio, endurance, and the full energy that I need for my day job. All right, let's get it started. So, thank you for everybody. Thank you, Stephanie, for coming. I appreciate you.
I love this.
You're always a good conversation and good person to stare at for the next hour. So, how was your week, Stephanie? What's going on?
Oh, a lot happened this week.
Yeah.
But let's start off with your week.
I'm a little traumatized. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, this weekend was the first time we actually hung out.
Yes. How'd you like it?
It
was just a little sneak peek. It was just a little sneak peek.
I got a little taste of Stephanie. I mean, hold on. I got. Hold on, let me rephrase that.
Hold on, back.
Hold on, let me edit this.
Up, wait a minute.
Hold on. I got a little experience on hanging out with Stephanie during the day. It was pretty good. I mean, she is pretty what she is. She keeps it 100 with me, and she's pretty humble person. You know what I mean? I thought it was an odd act, but hey, she the real deal. So it was fun. We went to Old Town.
Yeah, we went to Cafe Coyote over here in Old Town.
Yeah, I like low key. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't gonna go because I was already burned out. So as far as my weekend, so I was like, damn, I was kind of like tired,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of like, I was just very tired. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I can't do my girl like that.
Mm-mm.
I stood her up on the girls' night, and after I seen the pictures, I was like, damn, I was
You
hitting
should have
myself.
gone.
Yeah, no, but it was I just if I'm gonna do something the first time, I don't want to be like involved in alcohol
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to look stupid on the first night.
I'm the opposite. I need alcohol.
Yeah,
I like alcohol. I don't like to get drunk. I don't like to get messy, but I like a little drunk.
I want you to know the real me without any alcohol. You know what I mean?
I feel like the realest comes out with the alcohol. What you mean?
I'm just trying to prevent something to happen. I mean, like another great conversation, whatever. I mean, anyways, but for sure, I mean, it's been good. Yeah, I mean, I was on that Tinder for like the weekend and shit. I mean, on Sunday I didn't do shit. After we left our brunch, I was just on Tinder and stuff. It's been hitting.
Mm-hmm.
My only flaw, my only wall I'm hitting right now is one stick. Literally, like I've hit. Should I put numbers? Like how many people I've talked to, or that's too douchey.
Um,
It's a high quantity. Is that okay to say? Well, I mean, I already said it, but
I mean, okay, go for it. Like, so this is after the changes we made.
yeah, this is off the changes.
So there was a change after
yeah,
the changes we
yeah.
made.
So you came through, ya sabes, and shit, 12 corazones and shit. So, you came through, fixed my shit up, and I had like 52 hits.
Lit. I take Venmo, gift cards. I prefer Starbucks. You know, I like coffee.
Or
I
food.
like presents, food. I like clothes. You know, lo
If
que
you're gonna do
prefieres.
food, you gotta send a plate my way.
You know, hit me
Um,
up at also presa underscore rantbox
ya
underscore if you want me to dollop your own Tinder.
Ya sabes. I mean, we take OnlyFans credits too.
Should I make an OnlyFans page?
Dude, so I know somebody that made OnlyFans for like. Okay. So you told me something this weekend.
Oh,
Can I talk about that?
yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I know somebody that made an OnlyFans, but they on some fetish shit, some like feet fetish, and they make like 8 racks a month.
Bruh. Yeah, what there was this what are they called? Influencer. I
Who?
told you about this too. This influencer went ahead and started off a
Is
fans
it-
only page
is
about her feet.
Is it the twins?
Yeah.
I
That's why you the homie.
yo, I saw the video, but it was kind of like low key, kind of cringe for me. So I had a dip. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go
So
back.
in the video she talked about how much she made.
No, this is actually someone I know.
Oh,
Person.
what?
Yeah, someone person. Not some. I've seen that.
Man, I got debt. Maybe I should make one.
Yo, like, hey, put like, I'll take the pictures. Yeah, I mean, I'll throw some, I mean, some honey and
I
shit.
bet you would.
I'll take the pictures. I just need a cut. Yeah, I mean, I just need a cut of whatever we making here. Nah, but for real, what was I totally got sidetracked. What are you talking
So
about?
your Tinder. So you got
Yo,
like 50 hits.
it's a 52
It was on and
hits.
popping.
It was on-
The changes worked.
It's vibing. The only thing I'm going to, I literally like, out of 50, I probably got like a quarter of that.
Which is normal.
Okay.
Because sometimes I'll swipe right on people. I'm like, oh, maybe let's see what's up.
Sometimes I like just go on autopilot. You know what I mean?
Swiping left.
Yeah.
Like, no.
It's just like yes. Yeah. I mean,
Dude, why are you not the only dude that's told me this?
it's just because I was just like, you get bored. You know what I mean? It's like man, you never. I was like, you never know who's who and like what kind of personality might trigger you, and you know what I mean, you might attract to the opposite person of what you really want. Because right now you're actually going. That app is all visual. Yeah, I mean, you could and if you go the effort of actually reading their bio, if they have a bio, but it's all a visual thing. So you're pretty much going off looks, and after a point, you just become desensitized of image. So you're the hotter the chick you see, the higher of like the value of what kind of girl you want to choose goes up. So at one point you see nothing but hot chicks, and all of a sudden you see an actual pretty girl, but you should be seeing nothing but blue eyes, white skin, XYZ, blonde hair, beautiful, amazing body, and then you see an average girl, and you're just like, nah, you swipe left or you swipe right. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I'm just gonna swipe everybody. Right now, I'm going through a wall. Right now, it's just like 99, like literally like 98%. Once I find out I have a kid, it's like ghost town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and it sucks though because like they don't even get to know the relationship.
but at least you know they're not about it and they're not wasting
Yeah,
your
that's
time.
facts.
Cause don't get me wrong. Cause some of us are just like I told you. When it comes to me, it's intimidating when you meet a guy with a kid too, because you know at the end of the day, especially you being a good dad the way you are,
Thanks.
you want somebody who's gonna be consistent, who wants to be there, who is ready to settle down. You know. And some of us, we're just not there yet. Or we are like the type who usually will be settled down, but it's just not our time right now. Like me, Stephanie a year ago would have been like, yeah, fuck it, I'll date a guy with a kid. I'm ready to settle down. Stephanie now is like, yo, I gotta get my shit together before I focus on anybody and their kid.
Yeah,
So it's like, at least they're not wasting your time.
facts. I mean, that's the last thing you want because I mean, my time and my kids' time is very valuable. So,
Exactly.
but for sure, it's just a bummer. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like some of these girls are very eye catching. You know what I mean? And you get excited. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, like dude, like this actually shit, this shit's actually working. So, I I get a conversation. You know what I mean? I try not to like. That's like one of the last things I like say before we take it to the app. Or usually the app kind of like, usually the social media kind of like is like the final nail in the coffin, because my personal social media is like pretty much me and my kids. So they're like, yeah, they're all into it for like. Because I usually, so I made it a system as far as like give it like 3 days of just straight talking, but like a consistent. If it's consistent, like boom, 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 right after the other, and then obviously you go to work and stuff like that, and it's like consistent. Okay, like you said, take it off the app. And then if it keeps on going, okay, I'll give it like another day, and then I'll FaceTime them. You know?
Okay, good.
Yeah, you know
I
what I
like
mean?
that. Yeah.
A lot of people haven't
I
got past.
actually prefer FaceTime than text messages because
I-
I'm a lazy texter. So for you to do FaceTime, that's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, so I FaceTime because I feel like you get a better like a perspective of my personality actually in front of me or through a FaceTime. You know what I mean? Obviously, I prefer a face-to-face interaction because text messages, you could be so funny. It's hard to like be funny with like just plain words. You know what I mean? And then that's your personality. That's how you're gonna come off of. You know what I mean? So I was like, so and I get the whole texting. I hate fucking texting.
I'm a lazy texter, period.
You've been consistent with me, so I don't know.
That's because I had no business with you.
Yeah. So
If you was just some dude, I'd be like, cool. Yeah. No. Next.
wow.
Tomorrow.
So I'm special. I get all the
You
long
get all
text.
the- you
I get all the long messages.
Yeah. I'd be using that thing where you talking into the text. Like you're
Yeah.
talking and it texts it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how lazy I am. I'm just consistent with you because
There's
you're the
this-
homie. I kind of consider you in the circle now. Like legit.
Damn.
Like
All
you
right.
in the circle now.
Fuck it. I'm
Like
already
I
in
brought
there.
you around the girls. Like I don't bring just everybody around the girls.
I'm already in there, guys.
But yeah, like other than that, I'll be like, call me, cause I'm a
Yeah.
lazy ass texter.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. So that's how it's going. Cause I don't want to. The only reason why I'll make a really good decision to take it off the app is because that's my social media is like very just like my kid, and I was like, damn, should I actually let her see that person, my kid, like, yeah, you know what I mean? So I don't just throw anybody in there, you know what I mean? Because that's why I say like my conversations go pretty in depth as far as like what are you into, like what do you see yourself, you know what I mean? Like kind of like where are you at in your life, you know what I mean? Like what are you doing? Are you fucking unemployed or something like that? Like, you know what I mean? Last thing you want is just like some broke ass bitch somebody trying to hit your lineup.
Hot Cheeto bitches.
Yeah, hot Cheeto bitches.
Hot
So
Cheeto
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get too like crazy, like intense like subjects, but for sure I'm like, hey, like, do you live in your mom's house? Like, you know what I mean? Or like,
Hey, don't hate on the girls that still live with their
nah,
mama.
that's different. It's different. Like, yeah, I mean, if you're
No,
my
but I get you,
if
like-
you're my age and you still living at your mom's house, yo,
Damn.
like, but you're not even my age though.
But that means I got 2 years to get my shit together.
Yeah, so that's
and
what I'm
to
saying.
me, that seems like tomorrow. But my bank account is like, girl, you tripping.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. You're not even there. You don't even know about tomorrow.
I know.
You're not even about next year. Maybe all your moves, all your
Hopefully they pay off by then.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, so like all your pieces that you're putting together in front of you, they could be put together by next year. You don't even know that. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. A lot can happen in a year.
Yes.
You're definitely
not
right.
even that. 2 years. That's like 600 something days. So like,
Can I
don't
get that
downplay.
Tatelia body yet? I want the Thalia body by then.
Thalia body. Chill.
Snatched.
We're working on it. Shit, we're working on it. Me and the acá Oso Fresa.
But that's dope. Like, you taking it personal like that, I like that. Because at the end of the day, all you got to do is take out the what is it called? What did they say in algebra? The letter or whatever. Find out the...
Sorry, I failed math.
Fuck.
I barely
Dude.
passed.
You got to find whatever.
The equation?
Yeah, like whatever. You got to get them out of the equation. Yeah, get the extra letters and stuff out of the equation. So, like, for me, it's like, I'm very straightforward. You know, I have no problem showing my social media. You obviously are going to take more precaution because you have your child on your social media.
Yeah.
But it's like, así, mira lo que te gusta. Si no te gusta, vete. Don't waste my
There's
time.
like, I want to say out of all of them, I probably give out my social media to like 5.
Okay, that's not bad.
And then I want to say 3 of them were like dead. Like once they like, oh, like, yeah, cool. And then all of a sudden, the big hit, the big page comes up, and they're just like, I was like, and then I follow up like, hey, what's up? Like, and then
Silence.
goes down, and I'm just like, the room gets dark, and you're just like, damn. But you know what? And it's crazy because for if you would have talked to me last year, I wouldn't have done this shit because I hate rejection. Like I had like one of the fears of like saying no, but then my brother always tells me, he's like, dude, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't even try, you're not gonna know.
Yeah, you're not.
I got taught to get over that in high school. Just try it. If it doesn't work, try another route. Just try it. Just freaking try it. Just freaking try it. And I mean,
Yeah.
even when I applied for college, like, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. How did that go?
I ended up, now I'm a 2020 grad. Lit.
When did you graduate?
I just graduated. I
Oh.
just finished college. COVID took my graduation.
Oh, fucking assholes.
Fucking assholes. But I mean, I graduated.
What you got? You got your master's?
Majors.
And what?
I got my bachelor's in sociology and my minor in criminal justice. Criminal
Oh.
justice studies.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna have to put your degree and shit right here for the YouTube and shit.
I'm waiting on it, but I still got to balance with the school, so I don't know.
You got what?
I got to balance with the school, so I don't know if it's going to come through. But, I mean, I'm
We'll,
done.
we'll write something up and shit. We'll
Right.
Google it. We'll put your name on it.
Lit. No, but, and then I still want to do like a photo shoot, you know, but
What kind of photo shoot?
like a grad photo shoot. Just
Like
to send,
okay.
like a grad photo shoot, just to send a picture, you know, and a thank you letter to
Or
all
like
the people
with
that
your
helped me
with the little.
with my stuff. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, I mean, I still did the work. It's still there.
Are you gonna make it into career proceed into like?
I don't know, because at the end of the day, la vida te pone like donde quiere. Everything happens for a reason. Everything
Well,
happens
you could
unexpectedly.
use your degree. I mean, you could use your degree here.
It's very
potential-
flexible. It's very flexible.
And you actually you're certified to talk about it, that kind of stuff.
Sociology, yeah.
Yeah, like so in that world, like for me, I would take your opinion professionally because you actually went to school for it. So anybody that's listening, we got a professional sociologist
Sociology major.
So we're not over here like, hey, we're out here doctors and shit, and we're over here playing games. And like, nah, like she actually went to school, she has her degree, so she actually had her words. Obviously, her words have meaning, but in this topic, there's a lot of value to what she's saying, as everybody else has value. But for Stephanie,
I appreciate you.
also fresca.
Also fresca.
My love fresita.
I say fresca and I stay fresh.
Yeah,
but
she dripping. But I'm gonna say fresita. My fresita.
La fresita, yeah.
I'm gonna say fresita.
La fresita.
For sure, she out here big moves. Anyways, how was your weekend? Enough of my mind, cause I'm boring as fuck. So
Well, I'm glad that my tips helped
I appreciate it. No,
With-
it actually did help,
with
and
Tinder and all that.
I thank you for inviting me to brunch.
Of course. I'm glad you had a good time.
Hell yeah! Next time I'm gonna Uber it so I actually could drink.
You were hating on me.
I was.
You were mad,
I
like
know, I was-
looking. You
I
were
was like-
eyeing my what was it? A margarita. My margarita.
Yeah, it was. I was like, damn. And I mean, granted, I had like a little taste of it, but it tasted good.
It was fire.
Yeah, it was good.
I had a good buzz after.
Yeah,
It
that's
was-
just sweet as fuck though. That's the only thing I don't like.
It was huge as shit though. I had a good ass buzz.
Yeah,
I went home and passed out.
I know. I saw you were talking about it's a fucking nap.
Dude, that food, the fucking big ass margarita, I fucking passed out. But my weekend was very, very. My week in general has just been very.
Weekend?
Yeah, my week has been so full of so many things. Like, dude, you worked me out at the gym. I've never had a man work me like that before.
Let's rephrase that. I, I had to put in some work on Stephanie, and yeah, I mean, she wasn't she was walking weird the next day.
It was all gym vibes though. Like I had never had somebody like actually teach me how to use weights with my workout, and I was sore, crazy
Do
sore.
you feel a tightness on your legs?
I did. I was walking all types of stupid for like 3 days.
But it's always like the first 3 leg days you're walking funny. You're like it's just uncomfortable. But after like the second round of leg days, because you're focusing on legs, you start getting more. Your skin starts getting tighter. You start filling it in. The excess of the fat starts burning. You start building muscle. So, once you hit that peak, you start getting excited. When you get excited, you want to push it. You know what I mean? For you, it's different because you don't want to work your upper body because you ain't trying to look like a box.
I'm not.
So,
I'm not. I'm
and
trying
it's
to keep
tough
that
because I
nice
can't
fit.
put you on. You can't come with me every day because I don't do legs every day. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing. Tell everybody, you gotta tell Stephanie you gotta work her upper body.
No, I'm. Don't get me wrong. There's women that are more. I feel like more petite, that can work their arms, work their shoulders and stuff. But me, I already have pretty broad shoulders. So as a woman, I'm not trying to work my shoulders and my back and get that box look because I feel like I just want to keep that feminine look with the shoulders down. No, not dissing anybody who looks fire and all bulky and all that. Girl, you worked for it. But for me, it's just I'd rather not.
It's not your tea.
It's not my cup of tea.
And that's not your tea, and that's fine. And it's not for everybody. I mean, you want your legs looking like snacks and shit.
I
So
want my legs, my booty, my thighs looking scrumptious.
yes, I mean, she wants the hourglass. You want the hourglass.
A little
look.
something.
Nah,
My pancita, maybe lose the little pancita, just look a little
but
snatched.
We all come from somewhere. Yeah, I mean, dude, when I first started going to the gym, I was like 130 pounds. I was like a walking like charity case. Like it was just like I was skinny. I was
Scrawny.
I was scrawny.
Damn.
Like I was looking like these mics and shit. I mean, I swear to God,
Bruh.
bro, I was skinny. So now I'm 165 pounds.
Lit.
So for sure, I mean, we all come from one place to the other, and then you fucking have to eat and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I was able to take you. So I mean, it's fun. You're funny as fuck. Even though we had a little incident, but
Should we talk about that?
I mean, that's your shit.
So my weekend ended up with walking into the gym with my boy here, and then one of my past toxicos was there.
Damn. The fool walked. No lie. He looked like a gorilla. he was tall as fuck, but he I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna speak back on nobody and shit because I'm not the strongest. But
Guys, like this shit was so hilarious. Like I was on my phone texting, right? And this dude, like, so Hector, don't get me wrong, something I really, really admire is your mindset. Like you get so focused, you're so in it, and you're just like dead on focus. And I was like, fuck yeah, like I'm with that vibe. Like let's get this shit done. And I'm over here texting, and Hector's like, put the phone down. Who the fuck you texting? And I'm like, get your fucking phone. Like I'm over here texting you.
She's sending me like eye signals and shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like I don't know what she's trying to tell me. And then she like kind of like looks at the phone, and I was like, so I just grab my phone, and she like tells me turn around, and then look at somebody. I seen the tallest dude in the fucking gym. I was like, nah,
This
that's
motherfucker's
not.
like 6'3", like.
Yo, I was like, this is not like, sorry, I can't do anything with this.
And I was like telling Hector, like, this is my toxico right here. Like, this is that dude I was telling you about.
Is he a narcissist?
No, I don't know what he is,
Because I
but
feel like everybody has narcissistic traits,
for sure.
but not. So we're gonna talk about narcissistic traits
Mm-hmm.
a little bit into this podcast, but for sure, did you find narcissistic traits in him?
Definitely. Like, this is the type of person that when they didn't get what they wanted, they definitely like blew up on you. And
Physical or verbal?
verbal, like, and luckily for a lot of me, it was like there was distance, so I wouldn't really hang out with him that much, and he was never my boyfriend or anything. We were just talking. He actually would blow up because I wouldn't want to be in a relationship.
He felt some kind of way that day.
Felt some type of way. And then like at the same time, it's like it would be the kind of situation where I would kind of go MIA, or like we wouldn't talk to each other, and he would be like, "Oh, you're a bitch, you're a hood rat, this and that, you're just another
Wow.
female," and then like a day later, deadass, I wouldn't respond. "I miss you, baby. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be this person." And then I wouldn't respond, and he'd be like, "Oh, you ain't shit, like this and that. You're a bitch, this and that." And then he would send me like videos, like accuse me of messing with people, which was funny because I wasn't really messing around with nobody. I just didn't want to date nobody. And deadass sent me videos of him making out with other women.
Oh, what the?
Yes, or like hanging out with other women, or like tell me like, "Oh, that's why I'm with her and not with you," but then be like, "I miss you," and then be like, "I'm sorry," and I'm just like, all of this is happening with me not responding at all. So he's having a whole ass conversation in a Jerry Springer show on my phone by himself.
Really?
It was that type of situation.
Oh,
So
that's-
he's definitely like bipolar or something, or maybe he's just not used to like a female rejecting him.
Yeah.
But
I think from.
I think we handled the situation well though.
I mean, I had a 45 plate right next to me just in case. I mean, if I gotta throw out this fucking tree, I swear to God. I mean, it's just like, I mean, he kept himself together. I mean, if he was really fucking off the fucking rocker, he would have probably walked up to you, not giving a fuck that was right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so
What was comedy was that he texted me later that day in his feelings talking about, "Hey, what's up? I miss you."
you should have gassed me up. Like, you seen that little gorilla that was walking around? Yo, he would have fucking flipped you upside down.
I'm dead.
Nah, but yeah, that's and how did you feel? Because now that because I mean, from what you tell me of his personality, he's like, I feel like, damn, she really moved on. You know what I mean?
Well, like,
not
there's-
even that. Okay,
we weren't
hold on,
even
hold on.
together
No,
though.
I know, but you're talking about a narcissistic person with traits like that. So
Yeah.
his mind is gonna go at a million miles per hour. So his thing is like, wow, she really moved on. Not even that, she moved on to this fucking little Mexican dude, and I'm like 6'20", so you know
I'm like
his
6'20".
ego. So like, yo, he's like 3 foot tall, and his ego probably got shot.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, feel me? That's how it's gonna probably.
But then it's like, okay, like,
But he didn't give a fuck, and he still texted you.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and what you do with that?
So he was just like, first of all, he didn't want to tell me who he was. 'Cause
That's
I didn't even have the number saved no more.
New phone, who this? New phone, who this?
And he was just like, "Oh, it's so and so," and I was like, "Oh," like,
Yeah,
"Oh."
I was telling you, dude. I was like, dude, stop playing. I was like, fucking stop playing games.
Me and
Like,
Hector about to start posing for pictures together.
I know we're gonna have like we're gonna have a special folder, and like when these fucking guys come out of nowhere, you know what I mean? See, well, you know what we should do? Seen that video, that little snap you recorded of me? I'll be like, oh my bad, that's not for you. That's somebody else.
Nah, but I don't want to be like that. I'm trying to be grown. I'm trying to be mature. I'm trying to get my life.
Yeah, but when they coming at you with childish shit,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you just hit them with the little light petty.
a
Yeah,
little,
you're
a
like
little petty.
just a little light petty and shit. But like,
I'm
my
petty.
bad.
I'm petty. I'm
It's just
petty.
sometimes
petty.
some people just don't deserve the greatness of you. You know what I mean? Of like your patience, your kindness. You know what I mean? If they've given you shit for the last 6 months, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna have your patience for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you're gonna tell them go fuck the fuck off. You know what I mean? Even though you're a nice person,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't deserve that niceness of you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, this girl right here, she different, so I'm a gas her up when I can. But for sure, so it died right after that, right? I don't know. Did he come
yeah.
over? I don't know what's going on.
Nah,
okay.
I definitely was intrigued, but when I saw that side of the person, I definitely, throughout my journey, I've learned to really acknowledge red flags, and I definitely separated kind of like those feelings, and I acknowledged that red flag for what it was, and I've decided to walk away and move forward.
That's good. That's good. I mean, this is 2020. We're already fucking getting shit up our asses right now. Like, we don't need more fucking bullshit. Like,
I know.
the world's already ending. And last thing we want to do is end the fucking world with
I feel
a
like
fucking
the only thing I
toxic
want to
ass
worry
person.
about is EDD coming through.
EDD. I was like, isn't that like a rave? But no, that's EDC. I was like, dude, where's this coming from?
I'm dead. But yeah, like that was part of my weekend. You know, I obviously
Was that that wasn't the way you want to talk about, right? There's 2 more things, right?
Oh, okay. So
So okay, so we're done with this fucking guy. He had his little play on this
boy,
fucking.
bye.
Bye. Anyways,
So another thing, I didn't tell you about this because I wanted to bring it up during the podcast.
hold on. Okay, hold on. I need. Let's refill our beers. Let's refill our beers. All right, well, we are back. Sorry, we had to get a refill on our drinks because for sure we're gonna need it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. She said she got some heat for me. So what is it? What's going on?
So I had a moment when I was questioning my character.
What's going on? What the fuck?
So I was at the gas station and I was sitting in my car texting. I had parked at the pump for a minute.
Uh-huh.
I was texting whatever, and then I went to go put my card in on the pump to put gas, but like for some reason it wasn't taking it. And then I put the pump on the car for some reason, and I saw that the little blinking thing was on, and I pushed one of the buttons. I got somebody's gas.
What?
And I didn't know whether to stop or to go, but in
Oh
my
no,
head I'm
I
like, the
would
gas is already going.
I would have bought a little 5-gallon jug. I would have been fucking straight filling.
So I only had, so the question is, as it's going, I'm like, oh shit, you know how much I'm taking somebody's money. Like, do I stop? Do I go? Like, it wasn't my money.
Okay.
So I was like, fuck.
How
Because, you
long,
know, it
but how
could
many
be,
dollars were you already in by the time you're like
literally when it was going like 3, 4, I was like, oh shit, like this is like this is my money. This isn't me. Like it wasn't my card. Like it wasn't working because I didn't put my PIN in. And it wasn't taking it as credit.
Yeah.
So it was somebody that may have put the wrong number. And in my head, I'm like, do I stop? Do I not keep putting in gas? So I
Yeah.
was questioning my character as the gas is going in my car.
Start 10 gallons. You already 10 gallons
So
in.
it was only like $10 worth of gas. It
That's-
stopped at 10.
So it stopped at 10.
It stopped automatically.
At 10.
So that means it wasn't my card because when it's your card, it stops when you stop. But it stopped automatically at $10. So in my head, I'm like, le bajé los $10 a alguien.
Uh-huh.
So am I a bad person?
Are you a bad person? Well, first of all, your intentions were not to do that. So if you go in the intentions of doing something bad, yes, you are a bad person because you already knew and you already had a game plan. You didn't know and it caught you off guard, even though you took $10 worth of time to think in your head. By the time you stopped, maybe I don't know, but nah, you just didn't know. So why would you question your character off of something that you can't control? You know what I mean? Imagine how everybody their characters will be if they got judged on something they can't control. You know what I mean? It's tough. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will be fucking deemed as like assholes, rude, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just tough to judge you for an action that wasn't under your control. You know what I mean? Like what's the best thing you can do? You're gonna siphon your shit out. Like I mean, you're gonna go all out like that.
Would you have kept going?
Honestly,
You.
it's tough because
Because my fear was like, what if it goes up to 20, 25, $30? So I kind of felt relieved when it stopped at 10.
I'm really kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's tough because my Christian mind says stop, don't do that because we don't know who you taking money from. 2, it's just like that's never happened to me, so I wouldn't know how I would react. But
I kind of consider
my
it a
initial reaction
blessing.
when you told me, I was like, I'll stop. That's my initial reaction. You know what I mean? But it depends on what type, like where am I at in my life. You know what I mean? If I'm broke as fuck, I mean, obviously your answer is different. But I'm not, so obviously I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'll try to, you know what? If it stops at 20, I'll give the 20 to I'll pull out a 20 and give it to the front in the office, whatever, the cash register.
cashier.
Yeah, cashier. I'm like, look, one of these motherfuckers threw a 20 in my tank and give it to him. Yeah, I mean, just so you could know you did a good deed.
Or
Yeah,
pass it
so-
on.
Yeah,
to
pass
somebody
it
else.
on because now you kind of like canceled it out. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best way to like do it. It's just to like so you won't feel like an asshole the rest of the
See,
day.
but what's crazy is at first I felt so guilty, but then after I thought about it, I was like, damn, that's a blessing. Because money has been tight, you know?
Yeah,
Like, this is like the first week or like within the first weeks, I'm not getting that second check from my second job.
yeah,
Because I work for like a school. So it's like, it's not coming in.
it's hitting different.
They're not in school, so that check isn't coming through. So it's like, then I was like, damn, this is a blessing, you know? Like, and I think it was like on Monday too. So it's like, oh, voy a empezar la semana bien.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a blessing, like a sign letting me know, like, okay, you got this. You can get through this. You know, we're going to start it off good.
It's not, and it was just $10.
It was just, that's the way I see it. It was like, okay, it was 10, but I was worried it was going to go up to like 20,
It's like
25,
literally
30.
like right now. What is like what's gas like two like $3 right now?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2.5 gallons or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he pulled it at $40 gas, like $40 in. That's different.
That's what I was like, but luckily it stopped at 10. I felt relieved when it automatically stopped at 10.
Yeah. Do you take off with just a 10? And you're like, oh, I'm just gonna stay.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want somebody pointing me out. I was like,
You should have just filled up your tank with the extra.
I was scared. I've never been in that situation before.
Ain't nobody gonna come up and you're like, yo, you're like, hey, and she steals gas.
What if somebody came up like, that's my gas?
Okay, well, like, hold on, let me pull the 10 out real quick, and I'll refund you. Point blank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if someone's coming at you with smoke with off a $10 gas fill up, I think there's a bigger issue. You know what I mean? It's not that fucking serious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you accidentally took my 10, like you say, you probably do need it. You know what I mean? It's not. It shouldn't be like. You shouldn't take it too personal. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. Like you said, money is tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We live in San
So
Diego.
I'm not a bad person?
Nah, you're a good person.
Okay, I feel better.
I would never think you're a bad person. I mean, look,
I felt guilty, but then I felt blessed, but I still felt guilty.
dude, if you would judge yourself on all the bad things you do, you'd be a pretty like
Depressed person.
you're a depressed person. I mean, we make errors every day. The way we talk, you know what I mean. The way we interact with other individuals, you know what I mean. It's very. Even us, we were just very inappropriate sometimes. You know what I mean? I mean that's not good either. You know what I mean? I mean we're not in a relationship, but it's still for sure. I mean like if you want to go detailed in depth, yeah. I mean you'd be fucking a depressed ass person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you pick and choose on how on what you want to like think. What's that word? Like you pick and choose on what you want to look at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So. But you're fine. Yeah.
Okay, I feel better now. Thank you.
As far as from how long we been knowing each other?
I don't know, a few weeks.
A few weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's ready to move in or something. I don't know.
Calm down. No, ya no quiero vivir con ningún hombre. Oh, hell no. Estoy
Nah.
traumada.
I threw the child at her. She wasn't with it. I mean, I was trying to reel her in, but nah. She said nah. No.
He's like, you don't even have to have a kid. Like,
bro, I was like, te mantengo. You don't even gotta work and shit.
he said, call me daddy.
Hey, call me daddy, papi. You know what I mean? El que me. I'm not gonna say that last word. Hey, if anything, follow. Did he post that on Snap or Instagram?
I posted on Instagram.
Hey, if anything, go on our Instagram. We're gonna probably repost it. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to reel her in with that. But for sure that I think you're fine because as for the last 2 weeks that we've hanged out, one time and then the times that you come to record, you have you've shown nothing but great honesty and respect and stuff like that. So that's why I give you the honest answer. Like now you're fine because you're an honest person. As far as right now, don't break my heart.
I'm sorry.
It's not good. No, it's fine. So
la botella.
she already 2 beers in. Dude. If you start hearing mac and cheese in the back, I don't know what's going on.
I'm dead.
I just said that because we were talking about that shit earlier.
Sorry, y'all. That was an insider.
Yeah. So you're fine with that. You're fine. So do you want to talk about that? So I'm gonna introduce the second topic. Just pull it up, have it ready to go. So so prior to this episode, we put out the vibe that if you feel comfortable giving you kind of like a small exposure, but unhelpful advice as far as giving you an opinion from my fresita's perspective and myself. And we had someone send us an email regarding his personal life and his dilemma that he or she has going on right now. For the future people that want to, for sure, send us something. You can send us the email, a DM. We will not expose no names or no Instagrams. Well, this is total confidential. Like, we're not out here trying to like put people's blast, but we are here to give you some unhelpful advice. So our unhelpful advice for today is my love Fresita is gonna read it right now. So she's gonna read it as best as possible, and all right, read it.
All
So,
right.
it's my first time hearing this.
So I'm gonna start reading the DM. So I got this DM. It says, "Me and my boyfriend have been dating for 7 months now. He's in the Navy, so deployment is inevitable. What is it?
Which one?
How do you pronounce that word?
Inevitable?
Inevitable. Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It says we are both.
Inevitable.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Inevitable or whatever. We are both into each other, of course, but we are guys. Gay guys on top of that. Laughing emoji. Meaning what? Let's be real. Us gay guys tend to be a little more on the promiscuous side. When we're single, we're on Grindr. Hookups tend to happen often from meeting someone at a gay bar or simply logging onto Grindr app. While my boyfriend is on leave for deployment, it is really hard not to notice other guys and have that sexual attraction and desire to be with them in just a sexual way. NSA, no strings attached, as we call it. It is very common for gay couples to be in an open relationship where both guys go out and play with other guys, other together as a couple or separately. It can get complicated if one or the other start to develop some kind of feeling towards one of the guys they hook up with. It's a risk that comes with being open to being in an open relationship. My situation is slightly different here.
Okay.
Me and my boyfriend are not in an open relationship. He is on deployment. We as men have needs. Like every other person, we all have a need to be in physical contact with another person. We are not married, engaged, living together, etc. We are still in the process of getting to know each other. Yes, it's been 7 months, but some of that time he has been away on deployment. So, yes, I have hooked up with other guys while he's been gone. Is it wrong? Well, that's my situation there. Ha ha ha.
Okay. It's complicated, but not complicated. We're gonna dissect this as best as possible. Sir, shout outs to you for being an open gay man in this time. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the LGBTQ committee and then for his partner. He said that it's very hard to he said it's hard for him not to like look at guys, right? And that's and that's his dilemma right now. One of the dilemmas. Well, first,
So he says that he is intimate with other men while his partner is out on deployment. And it's very difficult not to fulfill your needs. Obviously, if you've been with somebody you truly care about for this period of time, but part of that time, your partner's on deployment. So at this point, we're also talking about military couples.
it don't matter. It could be a fucking baker. You know what I mean? It don't matter.
Yeah, like they're out on deployment.
Yeah,
They're gone.
the distance thing. It's hard for sure for the follower. Do you think does it say anywhere if he wants to make it a long term thing? Does it say? Do you know if it says he wants to make it like a forever and my last person?
I mean, let's be honest. In the LGBTQ world, 7 months is like 3-4 years.
I don't know. Well, I don't know that. Yeah, I mean,
Like
is
a month, it's like, okay, let's move in. Like,
yeah,
because it's so complicated because sex is so open for the most
yeah.
part. Um,
I believe that
if he's
the,
if he's still considering him his boyfriend, if he's asking about it, if he's, if it's triggering him and he's continuing a relationship with somebody who's far away, it must be that he wants to be with him long term, and that's why he's questioning this.
right. Oh, because he's like he wants to be sure that his partner's not bothered by it because he has concerns of his feelings. If someone didn't give a fuck, he wouldn't be concerned about his feelings. Yeah, I mean, apparently this guy, he's worth caring for and caring about his feelings and his personal actions that he's doing. He wants to know if it's okay or not. Me personally, I'm old school. You keep it one person and one person only. That's for the male and female relationship. For sure, with the guys, it's tough. You know what I mean? What he's saying is very like open, very, very sexual, very connect, a lot of connection. If he wants to make it a long term deal with his little sailor, he has to disconnect himself with being open because not unless his sailor likes that shit. You know what I mean? But he has to have. If there's no communication, there's no relationship. That's part of that foundation. If there's no communication, he's not gonna know what the fuck he wants. He can't just have. It's a two-way. It's a two-minded conversation. He can't just do it on his own and think everything on his own. If he wants to be successful, he has to talk to his partner about it and have a clear understanding what he wants. Like, if he tells like, "Yo, you go fuck dudes," I'm okay while I'm deployed. But when I'm here and I'm land, yo, you and me, and that's it. Not and they have to have that clear understanding. Or his partner might come back and be like, "Look, I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like this." And then the fan that sent us the email, he has to be ready for that stuff. You know what I mean? So if he wants to make it long term, I don't know if forever and ever is in his mind, but for sure that I think that it's very important to like sit down as I don't know how old these guys are, but like grown men and just be like, "Look, I'm attracted to other men." These from what the email says, but because I'm old school, you know what I mean. So it's just like, dude, it's hard for me to be like promiscuous and be with multiple women and stuff like that. So, me personally, just talk to him. You know what I mean. I would talk to him and just be like, "Yo, is it okay?" And then if you disconnect yourself from that, like constant being with men, little by little, it's not gonna be in your eyesight, and all you're gonna think about is your sailor. That's it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. If you gotta wait 6 months and you got a big ass nut, like dude, like fuck it. Like just it is what it is. Like do it. Just handle
As
it.
a man,
Handle it,
as a
bro.
man, what is it like not to have sex for a long period of time?
I went 2 years without sex. So, and
Okay, but going without sex, I mean, isn't jacking off considered like sex?
no, because there's so jacking off. You could get there's it's different because the I wouldn't word it right, very like proper. The grip that you give yourself is different from the grip that your partner gives you.
Okay.
Because you know what you like. You know what I mean? Unless you and your partner have a really good connection and tell each other what you like, and then she could hit that, or vice versa, he could hit that, then you guys have amazing sex. But if you guys not on the same sexual wavelength, it's gonna be kind of off. So you're gonna have to do it on your back end, and you know you're always gonna satisfy yourself by being yourself, because you're gonna give yourself the biggest orgasm you can, if from my perspective, because you know what you want, dude. If you'll squeeze it, and you just go for it, and then you'll get the biggest orgasm ever. But you can still achieve that with your partner, and I've learned that through time. Like, I've talked about this on a couple podcasts ago. If you want to have a really good sexual relationship, there's nothing wrong with talking during the sexual act, because you want to have 4 or 5 orgasms during the sexual interaction. You will get 4, 5, 6 orgasms, and trust me, I know, because what's the worst thing that's gonna happen for you? He gets your nut off and you don't.
That's so fucking
Or
aggravating.
you barely could get there. And you know what's gonna happen if you're telling yourself, if I as a man telling yourself, I'm about to come, and you're saying like I'm not there yet. You switch positions, reset yourself, calm down, slow it back down, eat her out real quick, reset yourself. Yeah, I mean, because you want her to finish, because we're gonna be there, but obviously the goal is for her to be there or he. You know what I mean?
For both people to be there.
Both people be there. So that communication has to be like. I'm a very like component of like if you like just
Okay, but can you go months without doing it? And like,
like
as if you go a long period without
the
doing
sex
it
and the
as a
jacking off
man,
together.
like
Yes.
as a man, can you go a long period? So if you're a partner that's on deployment, let's say you're at sea, whatever, are you gonna go months without being intimate?
I've been intimate. No, I've been not intimate for a long time.
Okay, and as a man, does that affect you?
Depending on, so
Because just like women can masturbate, men can masturbate
yeah.
as well. But as a man, does that affect you in any sort of way?
So when I said I went, I don't think it was 2 years, but I went a really long time.
He's like 2 weeks.
No, it was a long time. And I was in a relationship, and the person wasn't really into me anymore. So, but I was like I was like eyes over that person, and I was just waiting for like I would do things. Hey, like, yeah, I mean, shave my. I mean, do things. I mean, but the person was like, nah. And I was with that person for XYZ amount of time. So, and it went, I think, for like more than 4 months plus without having sex. So, and I did it because I felt I was like in love with that person. So it depend like if you're in love with somebody, you're willing to give that up just to like one day like, and eventually, yeah, I got it, and when I got it, I was like, oh my god, but yeah, like you could go a long time without it if you love that person so much, even though you're not getting it often. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I went a long time without it, and I survived. I'm still here. I'm not fucking dead. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I didn't get clogged up or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, granted, I was still like masturbating, but it wasn't the same because you don't. I mean, after a while, you just want that personal
That
human
intimate,
connection. You know what I mean? Because that's, yeah, I mean, it just gets old. You know what I mean? It gets old. You miss that. You miss that, the touch, the feeling. You know what I mean? The just everything, the connection. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's yeah, but it gets old real quick. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
This is the love line with Hector.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, no, but for sure, going back to the viewer, for sure, like the communication, honesty, trust are like foundations, like everything, sexually, just a relationship in general. It's like literally that will hold everything. So if you could do that to your partner and just talk to him, what's the worst thing that could happen? I mean,
So he's supposed to hold off while his partner's gone? In your eyes, your perspective.
in my point of view, yes. If
Okay.
you really love this man, hold on. If you want to give, you just pour yourself to him, hold on. Why should somebody else get all that and then share it with somebody else? No, you give everything to that partner. You don't give 50, you give 100. Don't give your happiness to somebody else because he ain't there anymore at that moment. And he's doing something because that's his job and that's his career. I'm sorry that's an inconvenience for you, but you know what? You're in a relationship, and sometimes you get to sacrifice. So you're gonna give everything you got into a relationship, and even though you gotta sacrifice a little bit of something, trust me, sex is not everything. You know what I mean? So that's something small. And if you can't control those urges, I'm sorry, don't be in a relationship.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry, I'm just very brutal. I just
get
like
it. I get it. But I want to bring up the point.
What's the point?
Let's talk about that. I want to bring up a point.
Okay,
Let's talk about the fact that they've only been together for 7 months,
Okay.
but part of that time, the person's been on deployment. So at that point, you don't really know if you love that person or not. Let's say maybe they were together 2 months or 3 months before the person went on deployment. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm in love with somebody in 3 months, and I don't want to hold off for 6 months or 4 months or 6 months or a year sexually for someone I've only known for 3 months.
How long does it say how long they interacted before he left?
No, it just says that we've been together for 3 months, 7 months, take into account part of that time he was on. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for 7 months. He's in the Navy, so deployment is blah, blah, blah. We are both in each other, of course, but we are guys. Yeah, like they've been together for 7 months, but part of that time he's been on deployment.
Okay.
So for all we know, that can mean like, okay, they were together for
we don't
2
know.
months.
We're only going off of what he's saying. So I would honestly, if they had like a month, okay, 7 months, so they had a month. They had 6 months of deployment and a month of interacting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys leave off in the fact of like, what's your last feeling towards that person? Obviously, he's concerned because he's telling us an email, so he has some deep feelings for this person. So if you're sending us an email or you're concerned like that, you have a really strong connection. If you didn't, you wouldn't give a fuck. You'll be here slanging dick, to be honest.
I love it. Slanging dick.
Yes, saying
Slanging dick.
we are here dick slanging and shit. Yes, sabes.
It's 2020. We slanging dick now.
Yes, nah, but like, dude,
We
okay.
went from throwing that ass
Look,
back to slanging dick.
Look, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and knowing that they're gonna be gone and I only have a couple of days with them, I'm gonna hold on to that feeling I have with them until they left. And I'm like, look, you don't ruin it, because don't ruin like a potential a good relationship just because you have urges. You know what I mean? Just what do you got to lose? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he might be a good guy, and what's the worst thing? Imagine he been a good, awesome guy, and then you guys take off, and then
So what if you, for all you know, that person can be doing the same thing though?
That's where the communication comes from. I'm telling you, literally, communication is so foundation. If you don't have communication, like, dude, just don't be in a fucking relationship, or you could just be slanging dick everywhere. But
Slanging dick.
so, like, dude, honestly, viewer or emailer, talk to him. Like, I wouldn't talk to him right now because he's probably in a stressful situation, obviously at work, and then he's in a metal box right now. So when he comes back,
But imagine bringing that. Okay, but you're waiting till he comes back. What if he's out 6 months, 8 months, a year? So, and you don't want to tell him.
Test their loyalty.
Let's talk about slanging
Test your
some
loyalty.
dick.
Test your loyalty. What you about
You're
it?
so traditional. I love it.
Test it.
You're so traditional. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Test it. We'll see what you got.
I
Like,
kind of have a little bit of a different view though.
I know you do. That's why you're here and I'm here. But honestly, test the loyalty, because I mean, if you're not loyal, you know, like, it's just like, well, why are you being in a relationship? But if it's an open relationship, then it's all fair game. You know what I mean? But you guys both have to be in the understanding of, like, once it becomes open, it's very complicated. I'm not an open relationship kind of person. You know what I mean? It's just that's not how I operate. I mean, so it's kind of tough to have an opinion on it. I mean, because it's always gonna go back to traditional. So for sure, if it's open and that's what you guys agreed on, and just be careful, don't get your emotions involved with the side piece. That's the only thing. But it's hard because when you have a physical connection with something, a lot of times it becomes emotional.
But he's saying it's very normally in his experience with the gay
That's
community,
him.
It's
But that's
very
not- you can-
normal to get involved sexually with other people.
Yeah, but when we're still human in the end of the day, we still got emotions. So yeah, you could be cold blooded as fuck, but the next guy, on top of you or whatever, is not, and he actually gets a connection. Now you got to deal with that shit. Yeah, you know what I mean,
Block.
hey, we aggressive and shit. So like, what block? We're gonna go through your door, homie.
Bruh.
Like,
Memories.
hey, Stephanie had a little PTSD moment right now.
No, I kind of have like the same but kind of different.
Okay.
Like, okay, so the way I see it,
Okay, before you say that, What's your opinion on how I responded to it?
It's very traditional.
Okay.
I'm not against it because in my perception, I am very like, it's me and you. That's it. That's my way of my lifestyle. I'm very, it's me and you. If you want out, let me know. Peace. Like that's just
Perfect.
how I am.
Perfect.
But in regards to our person that wrote us, because of the amount of time and because of the fact that he does have a different kind of persona and experience within the gay community, and kind of like from what I've seen in the gay community, it's very like sex is very open, sex is very, it's not, there can be a lot of sex going on without it being very meaningful, in the sense as they're just very sexually driven. The way I see it is, if you feel guilty, it's part of it is culture that's holding you back, in the sense of that mentality that the woman and the wife, the man and the husband, what the man has, the woman and the husband are supposed to be just them.
The traditional
The
stuff.
traditional, marriage is very beautiful. It's between two. It's all that cultural that makes you feel guilty on the inside. And that's going to get to you. But on a realistic society level, like on a social level, without putting in that tradition, without putting that cultural pressure, without putting that anxiety of other people's opinion, at the end of the day, I feel like a relationship is between two people. So I completely agree with you when it comes to communication between those two individuals.
That's for sure. The communication, you have to talk.
Yes, I believe that he is definitely okay. So one, you're already gay. You're already breaking every traditional aspect into society that you can.
Right.
Am I against it? No. Do your thing. Be who you want to be. At the end of the day, the tradition and the cultural pressures are what's making you feel guilty and question this.
Yeah.
And if you and your partner, I feel like a relationship, something that I strongly, strongly, strongly emphasize is that a relationship is between two people. A relationship is between two individuals. And with that said, if these two individuals decide, and that's where the communication come in, yes, you can hook up with people while I'm not here. Yes, you can hook up with people when you're on deployment. Go ahead and do it. If you decide you want an open relationship for your relationship between you two, you don't have to explain that to nobody. You don't have to ask anybody for permission. If you feel that you and your partner can agree on an open relationship, go ahead and do it. But I definitely feel that that does have to be communicated within both of you. One, because this person is with you. This person is giving you a position in their life, and that's a position that needs to be respected, because it's a position that has to be earned, and that's their partner. Two, sexual diseases. You got to be respectful of that. And three, apart from that, you want to make sure that you're just on the same page with your partner.
Yeah.
You want to
Make
communicate.
longevity.
That's how I feel. I feel like go ahead and do as you please, because at the end of the day, it's your relationship. You're going to make and break it as you please, but go ahead and speak to your partner about it. Other than that, I feel like anything that I wouldn't have the guts to tell my partner in their face, I shouldn't be doing. Point blank.
Yeah.
Period.
Damn. Yeah, that's obviously is way different from what I said, but I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to break my traditional mindset because
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with you. I mean, for sure, dude. Like honestly, just be careful. And then I mean, when once it becomes very open, the success rate to be something that like that will last is very slim
Mm-hmm.
because it's so complicated. Yeah, I mean, unless someone's used to that open relationship mindset, then maybe the success rate for it to last is a little bit more. But I mean, are these individuals that they've been in the gay community for obviously a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like some like guy that just came out and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Right?
I doubt it. I mean, if you're dating somebody like as what he said, it's very casual. It's very normal for him to be on an app and hook up with
Yeah.
somebody. He must be in the
So the gay community is very open, right? Like that, like how you said.
Sexually, they're open.
Yeah.
From what my experience and from what I've seen and people I've met, they're very open sexually. Like I've met friends that have hooked up with friends and they're in the gay community. They can just, go
Yeah.
ahead and have sex and not include the emotion. To them, it's they're enjoying it, and I feel like you're already breaking cultural and religious boundaries. So in that aspect, it's kind of like you're identifying yourself and you're finding yourself for a
Yeah.
longer period of time, and what you like and what you don't like, and you're trying to find out where you fit in society. And a lot of that, comes with sex, and at least for them. So
It's this sex thing, right? That kind of like throwing everything off. Mm-hmm. It's the sex. It's
but
not.
I mean, If he's questioning it, it's because he cares about this person. And I mean, it's
Dude,
okay.
if you're
Go
question,
ahead and get your dick on. Slang some dick if it's
nah,
okay
don't
with your
slang
man.
dick, bro.
If it's okay with your man for you to slang your dick, slang
Okay,
some dick.
if he said it's okay,
Because
then
for all you know, he can be on deployment
but
slanging
you
dick
don't, but
too.
you can't put that in your own head because you don't know.
That's why he has to communicate with him. You gotta text him like, "Hey, are you
He's
slanging
probably
dick
in
so
the
I can
boat,
slang dick
slang
too?"
it to a sock. I don't know. You don't even know.
That's where they gotta communicate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude,
Slang some dick. It's like, "Hey, babe, let's slang some dick together." If they're with it, they're
don't
with it.
say slang dick and lick your fingers. Like, come on, girl. Like, you throwing me signals here. We're gonna have to pause. We're gonna have to pause this podcast.
Edit.
I want to say like 10, 15 minutes. No, but for sure, like for sure, we could agree on is the communication. But time it and place it. Not right now. I'm a strong believer not right now because he's probably in a situation that he don't probably want to hear that shit. I don't know his rank. I don't know his position. I think the last thing you want going through the airwaves, because all those calls you make, I mean, those they could. I want to say like they could hear all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's going from somewhere. I mean, unless that's the text message. But yeah, I mean, don't stress somebody out. I mean, if you're gonna do something, that's very important to do face to face.
So I feel like that's the conversation they had before he left on deployment. But then again, if you really like somebody, I feel like that's a conversation you would be intimidated to have.
Yeah, but it's gonna have to happen if you really like this person, and it has to be face to face. Are you a face to face person?
I'm a face-to-face person. Come pick me up and let's talk about it. I don't give a fuck if it's 1 a.m, 2 a.m. Come over here, sneak through my window.
Why you lie, bro?
No, seriously.
Dead? Okay.
I prefer that, or just FaceTime me. Even if that,
FaceTime is very
like
common.
if there's just FaceTime me, because at the end of the day, I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very direct person, and I'm a lazy texter. So go ahead and just FaceTime me so we can discuss this, figure this out.
Honestly, for sure, a big conversation like that for sure, face to face or FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity to, but for
But I
sure.
also like to be held and babied, so usually in person is best for me.
Ay, Felicita, bien chiqueada.
Soy una pinche chiquita, la verdad.
I don't know. But first, I mean,
I'm that girl that's yelling at you, but you gotta hug me while I'm yelling. You gotta be calming me down. Calming me down. Tell me you love me. Tell me, no, calm down. I'm like, no, fuck you. Toxica.
I didn't say that. So I like a little toxic, you know what I mean? So I mean, don't squeeze on my neck too hard, but yeah, I mean, just enough so I can breathe. But for sure, he should have had that conversation before he dipped. I mean, so I agree with you with that. He should have had the conversation. As far as right now, on your position on what you're doing, just think things twice. You know what I mean? Because if this the community, I feel like the gay community is very small. So that's thing you want to hear is like, yo, this guy and this guy, we all linked up, and it gets back to the sailor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
the gay community can be very small. Just
what
like
I'm saying,
San Diego
like,
can be very small.
but the gay community is even smaller. So I'm just like, dude, like that's thing you want is like
Your
yo,
man to come back and find out you hooked up with so and so and so and so
yeah,
so and so.
and then you have that conversation. He's not gonna give a fuck because all he heard was so and so and so and so. So that's what I'm saying. Keep it fucking loyal until you get your answer, and then if he says he's not with it, then go slang stick. You know what I mean? Like fuck it. I mean, how long he has left?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
So if he has 6 months, bro, if you really want to sacrifice 6 months, dude, test yourself.
I would be pissed off if I sacrificed 6 months of no dick and then somebody came back and
Well,
it
then
didn't work out.
that's a learning lesson for you. Before he lives, where we stand.
True.
Like that's now.
That's a conversation I would have.
Now, like now you have these conversations, so you won't have this conversation anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, learning lesson. Like
It comes for like those people that wait for somebody for 1-2 years and then boom, like once they get out, they really isn't what you thought it was.
Yeah, it happens. But for sure, communication, bro. Talk to him. Yeah, man. If you want to take my advice, stay loyal. But we're gonna pause it and we're gonna do some little technical difficulties right now, and then we'll get back to you guys. And we are back.
We are back.
Yeah, sorry, we had to get a couple tequila shots in. You know what I mean? Little body shots. But we're back. So we have another topic, and this is something that my little Fresita right here wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna leave it up to her to introduce this topic, and it's very good. There's something in her field, and something I'm very interested. I'm very open minded. So, my Fresita, what's going on?
All right, here I go. So I was very, very happy on the responses that we got from our previous recordings and our previous episodes. With that said, I actually had people reach out to me and tell me, hey, when you talked about dating a narcissist, when you talked about going through this journey, when you talked about your healing process and what you went through to get through that, it really touched base with me, and I think I might be with the narcissist. With that said, I went ahead, did a little bit of research. I found an article on Healthline by somebody by the name of Gabrielle Casa, I believe, and it's called The 11 Signs You're Dating a Narcissist and How to Get Out. So basically, first let me go ahead and clear up that it's called narcissistic personality disorder. And basically this article gives you a quick rundown of a few of the things that you want to keep an eye out for. Now, the 9 official criteria for NPD, which again, like I said, is narcissistic personality disorder. The 9 official criteria, according to this article, is sense of self-importance, a grandiose, something like that, sense of self-importance. So, but they think they're the most important person, all of that.
Where are you at right now? I'll talk follow up with you. You're on the first one, right?
Where it says 9 official criteria for NPD, right above the first one. And
Okay.
it says, with preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love, believe they're special, unique, and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people or institutions, need for excessive admiration, sense of entitlement, interpersonal exploitative behavior, lack of empathy, envy of others, or a belief that others are envious of them, but a demonstration of arrogant and haughty behavior or attitudes. And basically, what it boils down to is that it's selfishness at the expense of others, plus the inability to consider others' feelings at all. And basically, someone only needs to meet 5 of them to clinically qualify as a narcissist. So this article goes ahead and gives us 11 signs on whether or not you possibly may be dating a narcissist. And let's go ahead and just go through them real quick. I think it's really important for our girls and our guys to understand this.
Yeah, I was reading this shit. I was like, dude, shit is crazy. I was like, because remember I was telling you, I was like, yo, I think everybody has a little narcissistic.
Yeah, everybody has a little bit of these traits,
Okay.
one way or another. So I'll start off with the first one. Right. They say they're charming AF at first. So it started off as a fairy tale. Maybe they texted you constantly or told you they loved you within the first month, something experts refer to as love bombing. Maybe they tell you how smart you are and emphasize how compatible you are, even if you've just started seeing each other. Narcissists think they deserve to be with other people who are special, and that special people are the only ones who can appreciate them fully. But as soon as you do something that disappoints them, they could turn on you. And usually you have no idea of exactly what you did. How narcissists treat you or when they turn on you actually has nothing to do with you and everything to do with their own beliefs. And then according to the advice, it's if someone came on too strong at the beginning, be wary. Sure, we all love to feel lusted for, but real love has to be nurtured and grown. If you think it's too early for them to really love you, it probably is. Or if you feel like they don't know enough about you to actually love you, they probably don't. People with NPD will try to manufacture.
Manifest?
No, it says manufacture superficial connections early in a relationship. That's the first one.
All right. So you're pretty much, because we're not saying this like some people have good intentions. So, yeah, I mean, so the love bombing. Some people they pour their hearts out. I mean, that's how they operate. And some people are narcissistic and they have an agenda. Or some people that just don't even know. Yeah, I mean, they don't know they're narcissistic, and that's how they always been, and that's how they always operate. We're not trying to target people. Yeah, I mean, this is an article that Stephanie's passionate about, so we're gonna go in depth and stuff. So love bombing. For you? What's considered like? Have you ever been love bombed like that?
Yeah, well, like I told you, so part of the reason I really like this article is because it definitely connected closely with my experience.
Right.
Like at first, how I mentioned, they make you feel like the unicorn in the room. You're the most beautiful, most special person ever. In the beginning, they're super into you. They're super there. They have all their attention, all their focus is yours.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something I really.
And we're already sleeping and shit. What's going on?
No.
Like, did you just burp? Cochina. Yeah, trying to make it seem like yo over here. Come on, just burp, dude. Fucking just throw it at the camera or throw it at the microphone.
You want to go on with number 2?
Yeah. So I think so. The love bombing. So beware of love bombing. And then what else do they say? Beware of the love before getting to know. Like, right? 2.
They hog the conversation talking about how great they are.
Damn. Is that us? Look, hey, the low kid. Did you question yourself? Like, yo, am I a narcissist? Cause I went in an open mind, like, yo, like I might be a narcissist.
I wouldn't say I'm a narcissist. I would say like I've
'Cause
worked
I
hard
do-
to heal myself and love myself, so now I do passionately.
Cause I do talk a lot, so this is the one that worries me. Right?
Well, you don't hog the conversation either.
Okay.
I probably hog the conversation a lot more than you do. Because I like to find connections between me and the people I associate with myself, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I can relate with you because about that. I went through this, and it's kind of like that.
Okay. So
But this one says they hog the conversation. Do you want to go through it and read the second one, or do you want me to go through it?
you read it.
Okay, it says they hog the conversation talking about how great they are. Narcissists love to consistently talk about their own accomplishments and achievements with grandiose,
Yeah, grandiose. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
saying something. They do this because they feel better and smarter than everyone else, and also because it helps them create an appearance of being self-assured. And then a clinical psychologist, Dr. Angela Grace, adds that narcissists will often exaggerate their accomplishments and embellish their talents in these stories in order to gain admiration from others. They're also too busy talking about themselves to listen to you. The warning is two-part here, says Grace. First, the partner won't stop talking about themselves, and second, the partner won't engage in conversation about you. Ask yourself, what happens when you do talk about yourself? Do they ask follow-up questions and express interest to learn more about you, or do they make it about them?
Okay. So I'm not. So
You're not.
I'm
You don't
good.
make it about you.
Cause I feel like I was like, yo, cause I want to go like, am I a narcissist? That's
You're
the
not
one.
a narcissist.
No, I know, but I want to go in with that mind. Like I could. I mean,
Do
'cause
you think you're a narcissist?
no, but I want to be for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Cause I don't know.
Oh, you put that in your bio on Tinder.
I'm a narcissist. Just bold letters.
Hashtag narcissist gang.
Yo, I got like 100 links. What's going on here? So if someone's like me, and then they just because they want to build themselves, they want they want to just feel their ego.
They want to give you this huge illusion of them.
Yeah, like yo, like I wrestled 20 crocodiles and all this shit, and like yo, like look, and I rolled up in a Rolls Royce, and I mean they just pretty much build their ego.
Yeah.
Ego.
And my seats are this color, and I did this, and I picked out that, and I designed this, and I told them to do this, and they did what I wanted. Number 3.
All right, let's go. Number
They
3.
feed off your compliments. Narcissists may seem like they're super self-centered, but according to Tawab, whatever that is, most people with NPD actually lack self-esteem. They need a lot of praise, and if you're not giving it to them, they'll fish for it. She says, that's why they're constantly looking at you to tell them how great they are. Narcissists use other people who are typically highly empathetic
Yes.
to simply to
Se-
supply their sense of self-worth and make them feel powerful. But because of their low self-esteem, their ego can be slightly slighted very easily, which increases their need for compliments. People reading tips. Folks who are actually self confident won't solely rely on you or anyone else to feel good about themselves. The main difference between folks who are confident and those with NPD is that narcissists need others to lift them up and lift themselves up only by putting others down. Two things people with high self esteem do not do. Narcissists punish everyone around them for their lack of self confidence.
So like you speak down on people to build yourself up.
They need you to keep bringing them up. They need you to consistently be. I love you. Like remember when I was telling you like I would tell them like I'm your woman. I want to make you proud. What I do is I do it for you. They need that. They
Oh,
need that in their lives in order to feel sufficient.
damn it! Hold on. Hold on. Hey, you hear this shit, bro? Oh, no, never mind. My bad. My brother's in the recording studio / living room / house.
Do you think your brother's a narcissist?
My brother? Nah, you don't got time for that. Nah, she said that if you're a narcissist, and I was like, nah, you don't got time for that.
What was the last thing? What was the number 3?
The number 3 was
Just
they
read the
feed
headline.
off your compliments.
What was the headline? You feed off the compliments, so they
Yeah.
pretty much you need to get praised. Like hey man, you're fucking great. I love you. Damn, do this and this and this and this. Like you need to constantly be told how great you are, how amazing.
Nah, that's too much attention.
You're like yeah, man, like I don't need the smoke.
Yeah, because basically it's saying that their self-esteem is low, so you got to bring it high. And the way that they bring it high is by bringing you
So
low.
like it's another word of the feeding their ego. Is like you constantly. I have to constantly just tell you you're beautiful. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. All
That
fucking-
reassurance and just, oh, you're so amazing. I'm so lucky to have you. You know, what would I do without you? Oh my God. Like, thank you so much for paying the bills. Oh my God, you're the
Look.
most handsome man in the world. You look so buff. Blah, blah, blah. I would be nothing without you. Like, they
Look,
need.
look me. I'm not I'm not a. I'll tell you I love you. And I'll tell you, yeah, I mean all this stuff. I'm not a fucking broken record. All right, I'm not gonna tell you every fucking 5 minutes that I love you. Like
Okay, but some of us need reassurance. Okay.
narcissist number 3. Are you sure?
Like, I don't have low self-esteem, but if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I need
Yeah, but you know what?
reassurance.
My actions will prove that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like my actions, like hey, like me being concerned about you physically and mentally, that should show you how much I care for you. So just because I don't tell you I love you doesn't mean I don't love you. Like, you know what I mean? I ask how your day is. Hey, how you feeling? Hey, you were bothered the day. Like where you at mentally? Those are loving things. Concerns. So that's another form of love. I feel
Maybe
like
we should talk about the languages of love for our next episode.
okay.
The 5 languages
Yeah.
of love.
She only has 3 and shit, so I don't know.
Okay, let's jump over
Go,
to
let's
the
go,
next
let's go,
one.
let's go, let's
They
go.
lack empathy, lack of empathy, or the ability to feel how other person is feeling. Is one of the hallmark characteristics of a narcissist. Wallfish says narcissists lack the skill to make you feel seen, validated, understood, or accepted because they don't grasp the concept of feelings. She says, translation, they don't do emotion that belongs to others. Does your partner care when you've had a bad day at work, fight with your best friend, or scuffle with your parents? Or do they get bored when you express that things make you mad or sad? Walfer says that the inability to emphasize or even sympathize is often the reason why many, if not all, narcissist relationships eventually collapse, whether they're romantic or not.
Okay.
So they don't know how to put themselves in other people's shoes emotionally. basically.
Bro.
So I'm a narcissist. I don't care.
I heard a couple of tears drop in the bag and shit. No, so translation, they don't do emotion that belongs to others. So I'm not like I said earlier. I was like, yo, like for me, like I was kind of raised kind of like old school because my parents are like very like dry and shit like that. Yeah, I mean they never showed me how to express. So, but I'm able to express love in different forms. You know what I mean? On the examples that I said earlier. So it's saying that what it said, dude. He said something. Understand accepting. So if the person doesn't accept the way you are emotionally, is that considered a narcissist?
What do you mean? No, it's basically saying that they don't know how to comprehend the way someone else understands.
Yeah. So, okay, that's what I was trying to say. So
they can't put themselves in other people's shoes, basically, when it comes to emotion. Like, if you tell me I'm sad, to me, it's like, what?
Like-
Why? That's what?
yeah,
Why are you sad? You're breathing. Like, to them, they don't understand. Like, if you're like, oh, I'm stressed
you're not
out
compassionate
because
about his feelings.
I got in a fight with my parents, it's like, okay, well, it's your parents. You'll be fine. They don't understand the intensity, the compassion,
that's
the
like a
feelings,
robot,
the
man.
anxiety, the stress that comes behind all that type of stuff.
That's like some robot type shit. You know what I mean? It's like very just like monotone, just like no feeling, no gives a fuck.
And that the relationship I was in, I definitely experienced that because he didn't know how to understand the anxiety and the stress and the the insecurities that he was putting upon me with his actions.
Dude, I don't know how you survived that. It's just fucking brutal.
Okay, so number 5, they don't have any or many long-term friends. Most narcissists won't have any long-term real friends. Dig deeper into their connections and you may notice that they only have casual acquaintances, buddies, they trash talk, and as a result, they might lash out when you want to hang out with others. They might claim that you don't spend enough time with them, make you feel guilty for spending time with other friends, or berate you for the type of friends you have. Questions to ask yourself. How does your partner treat someone they don't want anything from? Does your partner have any long-term friends? Do they have or talk about wanting a nemesis?
Wow. It's because I don't want to expose myself. Because it's I don't want to expose myself, but damn, that's crazy. Okay, maybe, fuck, man. Because I want to say so much, but I don't want to say so much because people listen to this thing, and I know I should like not care, but still, I'll tell you off air. But
Lit. Next.
So that's saying pretty much, yeah, dude. That's
Next.
next.
They pick on you constantly. Maybe at first it felt like teasing, but then it got mean and became consistent. So remember when I was telling you sometimes I would stay quiet just hoping that he would be nicer some days? Suddenly, everything you do, from what you wear and eat to who you hang out with and what you watch on TV, is a problem for them. They'll put you down, call you names, hit you with hurtful one-liners, and make jokes that aren't quite funny. Basically, their goal is to lower others' self-esteem so that they can increase their own because it makes them feel powerful. What's more, reacting to what they say only reinforces their behavior. A narcissist loves a reaction. That's because it shows them that they have the power to affect another emotional state. Bruh.
Bro, that's crazy. So you're pretty much, remember eggshells?
Walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells. So with this one, remember I told you, why are you wearing makeup? All of a sudden, he didn't like any of my friends. Every friend was a problem.
Damn, that's crazy. So yeah, pretty much, yeah, no, okay. So pretty much eggshells. Anything like you're pretty much like you're not yourself anymore. You just pretty much you disconnect yourself from your yourself to please your partner because you don't want a backlash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here it says a warning sign. If they knock you down with insults when you do something worth celebrating, get away. A narcissist might say, you were able to do that because I didn't sleep well. or some excuse to make it seem like you have an advantage they didn't have. They want you to know that you're not better than them because to them, nobody is.
That's beyond me. That's just crazy. Damn, man. I want to say so much. That's crazy. So it's saying it's because like if their whole day's ruined because of even though you know you didn't do anything wrong,
They're gonna ruin your day coming up with things that you did wrong. So remember, in the end, I would tell you in the end of the relationship, I would even tell him I'm literally shutting up to see what you come up with. Because to them, it's like una cosa y otra cosa y otra cosa y haces todo tú mal. Tú lo haces mal, aunque no estés haciendo nada. Y you can literally set a goal not to do anything, to shut up. I would literally shut up and the argument would continue and it would just be him talking about the most
pretty
irrelevant
much
shit.
picking.
Picking and choosing todo haces mal.
Wow. Okay. Excellent.
Next one. This one, they gaslight you. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation and emotional abuse, and it's a hallmark of narcissism. Narcissists may spew blatant lies, falsely accuse others, spin the truth, and ultimately distort your reality. So with that said, they're just going to you're going to come into a situation upset about something and they're just going to manipulate it however they want to make you even forget about what you were upset about or make you think that que estás loca, que you're crazy, that something, it just really isn't what you're making it seem to be.
So like whatever, if you come with a problem and you're trying to express yourself, they're going to turn it on you.
Mm-hmm. Or they're going to make you think that you're imagining it. Look, signs of gaslighting include the following. You no longer feel like the person you used to be. You feel more anxious and less confident than you used to be. You often wonder if you're being too sensitive. You feel like everything you do is wrong. You always think it's your fault when things go wrong. You're apologizing often. You have a sense of something wrong, but aren't able to identify what it is. You often question whether your response to your partner is appropriate. So you're even overanalyzing how you're communicating with your partner. You make excuses for your partner's behavior. I would do that so much.
Yeah.
They do this to cause others to doubt themselves as a way to gain superiority. Narcissists thrive off of being worshipped. So they use manipulation tactics to get you to do just that. Worship them. It's hitting you deep. And we're only on number 7.
I'm just like very like.
You shook. We're only on number 7.
Yeah, no, we're on number 8 now.
We're on number 8 now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that one? You ever been gaslighted? I was gaslighted so many times.
I can't confirm or deny.
Okay, next. Okay, they dance around defining the relationship. There are thousands of reasons someone might not want to label your relationship. Maybe they're polyamorous. Polyamorous?
Polygamous.
Yeah, that one. You've both agreed to
polyamorous.
Polyamorous.
Yeah.
You've both agreed to a friends with benefit situation, or you're simply keeping it casual. But if your partner is exhibiting some of the other symptoms on this list and won't commit, it's likely a red flag. Some narcissists will expect you to treat them like they're your partner so they can reap the intimate, emotional, and sexual benefits while also keeping an eye out for prospects who they deem superior. In fact, you may notice that your partner flirts with or looks at others in front of you, your family, or your friends, says therapist April Kirkwood, author of Working My Way Back to Me, a frank memoir or self-discovery. If you speak up and own your feelings about their disrespect, they will blame you for causing a fuss, call you crazy, and use it as a further reason not to commit fully to you. If you don't say a word, that also gives a non-spoken message that you don't deserve to be respected. If it sounds like a lose-lose situation, it's because it is. But remember that you deserve someone who is as committed to you as you are to them. Don't cry on me.
Number 9.
How you feeling? Because your face is telling me so much. I feel like you're hitting a realization.
Number 9.
Okay. They think they're right about everything and never apologize. Fighting with a narcissist feels impossible. There is no doubting or compromising with a narcissist because they're always right. They won't necessarily see a disagreement as a disagreement. They'll just see it as them teaching you some truth. According to Paker, you may be dating a narcissist if you feel like your partner doesn't hear you, won't understand you, doesn't take responsibility for their part in the issue, and doesn't ever try to compromise. While ending the relationship is the best game plan with a narcissist, Wheeler advises on avoiding negotiation and agreements. It will only make you feel crazy. The thing that drives a narcissist crazy is the lack of control and the lack of a fight. The less you fight back, the less power you can give them over you, the better, she says. And because they never think they're wrong, they never apologize about anything. This inability to apologize could reveal itself in a situation where your partner is obviously at fault, like showing up to dinner reservations late, not calling when they said they would, canceling important plans last minute, like meeting your parents or friends. Good partners are able to recognize that they've done something wrong and apologize for it. Don't cry on me. Which one's hitting right now? Which one's hitting? You're tight.
I don't want to say too much.
Which one's hitting though? Which one's hitting a spot right now? Because there's still 2 more to go.
So right now I'm looking at the no calling when you say you would, showing up to dinner reservations late, canceling important plans last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because my life is very very consumed.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't always not give you the time that you deserve.
But do you take accountability for such actions?
Yes.
Okay, so they're saying right here that the narcissist lacks accountability in general.
Like I know, I understand. Number 10.
They panic when you try to break up with them. As soon as you back away, a narcissist will try that much harder to keep you in their lives. At first, they may love bomb you. They'll say all the right things to make you think they have changed. Bam, sound familiar? As soon enough, they'll show you that they never actually change. And because of this, many narcissists find themselves in on again, off again romantic relationships until they find someone else to date.
Wow.
Number 11. And when you show them you're really done, they lash out. If you insist that you are done with the relationship, they'll make it their goal to hurt you for abandoning them. Their ego is so severely bruised that it causes them to feel rage and hatred for anyone who's wronged them. That's because everything is everyone else's fault, including the breakup. The result, they might badmouth you to save face, or they might start immediately dating someone else to make you feel jealous and help heal their ego. Or they'll try to steal your friends. The reason says is because a good reputation means everything to them, and they won't let anyone or anything interfere with it.
That's a trip. You fucked with me. I don't know.
You hurt her?
I'm not hurt. I'm trying to take.
Reflecting?
Huh?
You're reflecting?
No, I'm not reflecting.
Okay, so what do you do if you realize you're dating a narcissist now? Now what? If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, or someone with NPD, chances are you've already experienced quite a bit. Being in a relationship with someone who's always criticizing, belittling, gaslighting, and not communicating to you is emotionally exhausting. Yes, it is. I've experienced it myself. That's why, for your own sanity, experts recommend to get the fuck out. Period. How to prepare for a breakup with a narcissist. Consistently remind yourself that you deserve better. Strengthen your relationship with your empathetic friends. Build a support network with friends and family who can help remind you what is reality. Urge your partner to go to therapy. Get a therapist yourself. You cannot change a person with a narcissistic personality disorder to make them happy by loving them enough or by changing yourself to meet their whims and desires. They will never be in tune with you, never empathetic to your experiences, and you will only feel empty after an interaction with them. Narcissists can't feel fulfilled in a relationship and in any area of their lives because nothing is ever special enough for them. Essentially, you will never be enough for them because they're never enough for themselves. The best thing you can do is cut ties, offer them no explanation, offer no second chances, break up with them, and offer no second, third, or fourth chance because a narcissist will most likely make attempt to contacting you and harassing you with calls and texts once you fully process the rejection. There's recommended of blocking them so it helps you stick with your decision. This article is meant to this article isn't meant to diagnose your partner. It's meant to outline unacceptable behavior and reactions in a context of a loving, equitable partnership. None of these signs point to a healthy relationship, NPD or not. What's up? What's up? Your face is telling me a whole lot right now. But our listeners can't see it, so you gotta break it down.
Okay,
What's going
so-
on? What's going on? What's going on?
Without fucking blowing my head off. The whole, I mean, let me see what I can do. For the people that are in a narcissistic relationship, for sure, like that expert says, I mean, get out when you can, because obviously it's not healthy. Because a narcissist will always believe they're not a narcissist.
Facts.
To the point that you'll think you're the narcissist. You'll question everything. You start breaking down, okay, like, and then, I mean, I think this article is very important. At the end, we're gonna try to put everything. We're gonna get all 11 of them, and put them like in a 2-post.
I think we should definitely post them on the page.
Yeah, I think we're gonna post this because it's very important because I mean.
And this is a very, very recent article. It's a 2019 article, so just about a year and a half or so.
It don't matter if it's like 20 years old. It's still a common thing that things that people are going through. So, man, I'm like shook right now, to be honest. Like I don't have nothing to say. It's just I don't want to say too much, but I mean, me not saying too much tells a lot.
Your face told me so much when I was reading these.
Yeah.
But even like me, like somebody who's been with something like that, it gives me chills because you never really understand it until you're kind of in it. But this can at least give you some type of education and knowledge to identify some red signs.
Like real shit. Like I'm thinking a lot of things different right now. I'm breaking my mind down right now. In my personal life, it's throwing me for a loop right now, and like I know, but I just didn't want to accept it. I just like I could never pinpoint it, the situation, but now reading this article, it's for sure a fresh air of knowledge, and knowing what a narcissist is and what triggers that person. It's very affordable. So I appreciate it, you bringing this article for sure. Do you have any opinions on how to get out of a narcissistic relationship. As far I know, we covered it last time, but just a quick, I mean, something.
Like always, like I say, if you know you're in an unhealthy relationship, stop thinking you're not that person and that this isn't your relationship and that would never happen to you. Because the moment you start to educate yourself and accept where you are in life, you can then move forward and start the healing journey. Identify, yes, I'm this person, this is what's happening to me, and educate yourself on how to heal from it and step away. If you know it's not meant for you, if you can look at yourself and say, this isn't the person I was when I walked into the relationship,
Yeah.
and I've done nothing but been broken, been like, if you know you're broken in every form, take that initiative for yourself and
Yeah.
get going with the next chapter in your life.
There it is.
Push that person out.
There it is, my fresita, ya sabes. Another episode in the books, and I'm very happy how this one turned out. Trust me, I'm left speechless right now. To be honest, it's this is the content you're gonna get. Like I don't know what to say. That's why we're gonna make our own podcast. The Trigger Recipe is still gonna stand, but me and my fresita, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna we're gonna do our own thing. In a couple days, tune in to our podcast. We're gonna announce the Instagram page, and I hope all our listeners and followers follow us, her and I, or to that page, and show the love that you guys showing us to our page once we got all that stuff up.
So I think next episode will be officially announcing our name
Okay.
as well as announcing our platform
Okay.
and hopefully, have our photo shoot done.
Okay. So we're gonna have like some sexy photo shoots going on.
Throwing that ass back.
A little,
Arch,
yeah. I mean,
arch.
I have like a leather suit. I don't know if my gag ball came in, so that's like,
I'm gonna wear all the lashes.
all the lashes. No, it's pretty cool. It's very artistic, very like very cool. You know what I mean? Very like, I don't know. It's something that we both came up on, and we both agreed on. It's very cool.
It's gonna be a beautiful journey.
It's gonna be a beautiful journey for something. I mean, shit. Look, hey, she took the words out of my mouth. So it's just, and I talk a lot. So, yeah, I mean, so she did something. So that's for sure. This is the content you're gonna get. Right now, we're not putting this one on YouTube because we're figuring that out. I don't want to overstress myself. I know.
breath.
I had like 8 computers right next to. I had like a lot of computers. I had iPads. I had computers, desktops, and I couldn't get this editing thing going. So right now we're stopped recording the video until I get the last 5 or 4 videos up, and then from there we'll move on forward, and we're gonna put everything on video. But for now, everything is on all podcast platforms. We are on Instagram, Trigger Recipe. Also, Fresa Rambox is on Instagram. Follow us. Tell your friends to follow us. Please comment, like, subscribe, give us a shout out. We will post this episode tomorrow, and it'll be up tomorrow by 9 o'clock. And let us know how you feel about it, how this episode touched you in like in a mental level, and then take a screenshot. We'll repost you guys. We'll show some love, and yeah, shout out to all our sponsors, Golden Palms Mobile Detailing, for all your detailing needs, from your interiors, exteriors, car wax, basic washes, paint restorations, clay bar, and your quick washes from the LA area to the San Diego area to all the way up to, maybe you could probably go to Fresno. I don't know, for a deposit though. But shout out to Golden Palms _mobile detailing on Instagram, and our last sponsor is FNX supplement company. I am a big believer in the pre-workout that I'm using right now, the cherry limeade. It's very good. It gets everything done. I've been hitting the gym for the last 2 weeks, 2 days, one day for the last 5 days, Saturday and Sunday my rest, and everything that the product has for sure provided all the energy that I need without the crazy jitterness. 1 cup of pre-workout, 6 ounces of water. It gives me the cardio, focus, strength, and energy that I need for my workout. I get the pump. I get everything going. I'm satisfied, and this is a brand that I believe in. Please follow us on Instagram. If you go on the link on the bio, all our links are there. The FNX link is there. It's 15% off on your purchase. It will attach itself in the cart, and you buying a product from that website does help the podcast out. So please take a look at all the products and let us know.
Give us feedback. Tell us you love us.
Yeah,
Screenshot, tag,
yeah,
send
everything.
DMs. Let us know that we are making an impact on your life. So we know that this is hitting you guys, that we're doing it right, that you're with us. Let us know. Let us know. Give us feedback.
Yeah,
We need the hype.
feedback is key, man. Like we know you guys out there. I know y'all shy. Just like throw us something. You know what I mean? Little demon.
We
time
love the
emotion.
DMs. There's nothing I love more than screenshotting a DM and sending it to Hector and saying, look, we're making change. We're impacting somebody and somebody's with us.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. So support both platforms right now, and then next we will announce the third platform, and our platform, My Fresita and I, we're gonna be on a podcast ourselves, and the Trigger Recipe podcast will still continue with my brother, but right now he is very very busy man. So we will come back when we will. But for now, it's me and the Fresita on this platform. Ya sabes, bien chula on the other side right there. Yeah, you hear her. All right. Good night to all my listeners.
Good night.
Good night. Hey, say that. All right.